the Unofficial S.League broadcast. Go Eagles! Go, go, go! Go Eagles! Go, go, go! We're international!
Hi and welcome to the show. I'm your host Aaron on the Unofficial S.League podcast, and today I'm joined by my special guests, the Ultra Eagles, the unofficial Geylang International Supporters Club. Welcome to the show, guys.
Hi.
Hi.
So maybe we can start off and you can tell me more about the Ultra Eagles. Adam.
Okay. The Ultra Eagles is we were actually formed in sometime at the start of the season of 2012. We started off with only two fans who came together and think, hey, the stadium is a bit quiet and it's not lively at all. It's something that is not what a football stadium should be like. So two of them started cheering for the team, and then soon more came on board. As of right now, in 2017, we have around 20 to 30 members in our Ultra Eagles. The main thing about us is that we are unofficial, and we believe that we just want to have a voice to support for the team.
Oh, that's great. That's from 2 members to 20 to 30 members. That is very, very inspiring. So maybe you can tell us what's your inspiration or motivation for setting up the Ultra Eagles.
Okay, our inspiration basically is to give more support to the local football. Our inspiration actually came from different fans from our different stadiums. I mean, they have been trying to support. So when we first formed, I think we want to firstly is to create the awareness and then try to get more support for our local clubs, because as Adam said, initially was most of the S.League stadiums is very quiet, and even the uncle with the betting slip, we can hear them in the speech. So what we want to do is basically create some rivalry and some banters with other groups, so that the S.League will be more competitive in their own way, not just the football side but also from the fans' point of view.
Okay, that's good to hear, Stanley. So next we're going to talk about the aspirations for Geylang International. So the Eagles finished 5th last season, only on goal difference between 4th place Home United and 13 points behind champions Albirex. How do you think Geylang would fare in the S-League this season?
For me, I think if we could finish anything from 5th, same position as 2016, anything from 5th to above, I think we are satisfied. So yeah, at the moment, that's what I think of the decision so far.
As for me, AFC Cup. Simple as that.
Okay. Shankar?
Top 4 position will be good, because that will be some form of progression, because if you're looking at the previous seasons, we have not been able to hit mid-table until the 2016 season, when we did pretty well. So if we can hit top 4 and then subsequently with more reinforcements in all departments, we can push on to try for the title in the coming seasons.
Yes, I concur what my man just said. I'm expecting a top 4 finish. Geylang Boleh.
Geylang Boleh indeed. All right, so moving on to the signings. So, are you optimistic? What do you think? What kind of impact do you think the foreign players and retaining the bulk of the squad would do for Geylang?
When it comes to the S-League season, retaining a bulk of the squad is really unheard of, because you have a lot of dealings and transfers occurring even through mid-season and all that. So in this sense, Geylang has done well to retain the core of the team, but he has lost some of his strength in defence. So we'll have to see how the new team gels with the Prime League players moving into the first team. And of course, it's not the first time that Geylang has relied on South American talents, and so we're hoping that they will bring in the flavour and flair needed in attack especially, and hopefully our defense can hold on.
As for the new signings that we have made, Victor and Ricardo, we have actually seen them in pre-season friendlies, and from their performance at this point in time, it seems that we have two quality signings, especially Victor, who has been really doing really well. We are actually, for me personally, I think he would go on to be our very important player to us.
Yes, just like what Adam said regarding pre-season, we have seen the flair of these two South Americans. For me, I actually am more intrigued to see what Ricardo can bring to the table. He's a little bit more unheard of, but he has looked exceptional in pre-season.
Yeah, same actually what they said so far. Actually, they've already said what I wanted to say. Yeah, but overall, I think we have a good local squad. We heard that Victor is a good player, very strong with the ball, and Ricardo not too bad, creative midfielder. So hopefully some players to watch out for this season is Shawa and Shafiq Ghani. Shafiq Ghani actually missed out a large part of last season, and he's very good with his set pieces. And Shawa, another very talented player, young player, came up from our P League. And also our centre back. Actually, now we are looking at a coach Hasrin playing Yuki and Kimi together in a centre back. So right now, actually, I'm very interested to see how Kimi would play in the centre back role and how he would mature in this position and have a good partnership with Yuki.
Okay, good stuff. So moving on to the squad list, from what I can see, you have quite a number of good players actually. Isa Halim, Safiru Sulaiman, Shafiq Ghani, of course. So who do you think would be your biggest impact player this season?
I think Shafiq Ghani is definitely one of the players to watch out for. What about you, Adam?
As for me, as what Stanley said even, earlier, Shawal has been quite a player to watch. From what we have seen in preseason friendlies, since last season he has his bright moments, but I would say the last season was at times he can be a bit quiet at games, and then he can be, I guess he's a bit inconsistent. So I'm looking forward to a more mature performance this season from him.
For me, any team's strength starts with its defense. So I'm hoping that Yuchi can step up and lead the defense, because right now without Daniel Bennett, who has departed, we are lacking a bit of leadership, and with the forward line looking good, we need a lot of confidence from Yuchi. So I'm hoping that he can be the fulcrum in defense, so that the team can perform well and score goals.
Yes, very valid points there. Last season I was particularly impressed with Amy's progression, and I think up front he could be a good force with Victor. In addition to that, regarding the Prime League players stepping up, Khan was shown quite a bit of magic, and that is a player that I'm severely looking forward to this season indeed.
Now that he's into his second season with Geylang International, how important do you think midfield anchor Isa Halim is to the squad?
I think I read that in the pre-season he actually did very well in the 2.4 km, and he came back very fit, and he's a good leader on the pitch, and good leader in the dressing room. So definitely we need the experienced player to guide the young players, and as you know, we have a lot of P-League players coming up. So I think definitely Isa will be giving his experience to these young players on the pitch.
Okay, so moving on to transfers in the pre-season, and we're talking about any club in the S.League, okay? In your opinion, which is the most important or shocking transfer of the pre-season?
I would say Home United snapping up Stipe Plezibet from
I agree.
Hougang United. It's a bit of a surprise that Hougang did not
Retain him.
retain
Right.
him. Yeah,
Exactly.
because to be honest, I think he was the one of the main players of Hougang last season, which I think with his presence, they actually had a solid start to the season, but it is a surprise that he wasn't retained.
Well, I would think the lure of playing in the AFC Cup
Yeah.
is a big bonus.
Yeah, regarding Ballistia, I don't think these three Miamis are such a big whoop. Maybe win, I put them up there, but the other two, no offence, on paper they look like washed up has-beens. Completely agree with Adam, what he said about home snapping up Stipe. That is a big shocker. However, with Hougang, they do have the Pablo Playboy Rodriguez. So, how long he'll stay there, nobody will know. Yeah, that's all I can really say. Warriors have done quite well, I think, too.
Warriors.
They got Webb
Yeah, Jordan.
and they got Kento. So I would imagine Warriors should step up this season.
Shankar, your thoughts?
I'm actually surprised with Balestier going for trio of Myanmarese players because their football is basically direct all these seasons under Marco because he likes his teams to be strong and boisterous in attack, so he likes to go long. So I'm not sure how the Myanmarese players who will probably play on the deck more are going to bring to the Balestier side. On top of that, Warriors have lost a bit of goals, but they seem to have signed good replacements. So if they have a good start, I'm sure they can do well. But I'm also watching out for DPMM because they seem to have some strategy in the signing of Billy as well, because he's going to complement Ramazzotti. So if they get enough set pieces and direct football going, they could be a real threat to Albirex, who are the defending champions.
Right. Okay. The most important signing, actually, I think I'm rather surprised that Warriors signing our two ex. The Baihaki and Sharil. So yeah, these two I think came as a surprise for me in a way that they are back in Singapore and back with Warriors. So yeah, I think they should make an impact, and then see what they can offer to Singapore football and S.League.
So moving on to the topic of foreign imports, which foreign player or players from any club do you think would have the most impact in the league this season?
Can we just say the whole team of Apex are all foreign players, so they're gonna make the most impact or DPMM?
Okay, maybe taking Albirex and DPMM out of the equation. Yeah, the foreign players that they have, maybe DPMM or any other clubs. Yeah.
Right. I think I still like this Hougang Japanese playmaker Fumiya. I think he's a very very creative player. But then yeah, I mean he plays for Hougang, so I don't think I think he's still an average player just because he plays for Hougang.
I'll still go with Stipe, because this is after all his second season in Singapore. He would have.
Hougang fans will hate you because you keep on going about Stipe.
Yeah, that's the whole point, because he left Hougang, so I'm okay with talking about him. I think that our own Victor will be a wild card for this season. We'll just see.
I will expect the DPMM striker, Ramazzotti, to continue in a good scoring vein and continue to be a threat to defences. Apart from him, of course, Hougang playmaker is one who catches the eye as well. So beyond these two, there could be a few surprises because we need to see how well the teams adapt as quickly as possible so that the teams can get going and challenging up for the title.
Well, my head says Stipe and my heart says Victor.
That is a very good answer, James.
Why you keep on going about Stipe?
He's a good player.
I think we all collectively agree that Stipe is a good player. Yeah. Okay, so moving on to coaches. Okay, we have seen several new changes in the preseason. For most of the teams, actually, half of the league has changed their coaches. So, do you have any opinions on the changes to the coaches?
I Hougang again, sorry.
Philip,
Sorry.
yeah,
No, I actually I quite like Coach Bala,
Bala.
because I think his philosophy of football and the way of his coaching is very good. You can see a lot of his teams, whether it's Lions 12 or with Hougang, they do a lot of yoga sessions for warming up. And even before, during the training, they do a lot of yoga sessions. So I think the yoga definitely will help the player, to recover and rest their body, and less and there's less injury to the team along the season. So that's why I'm quite surprised, and I think Coach Bala did well, throughout the season with Hougang. So in a way, I'm quite surprised that he's given the boot. But Coach Philip should be bringing some new ideas to that team. Other than that, I think there's not really much changes to the other coaches. Yeah, because only Hougang actually changed the coach, right? So yeah.
I think it's interesting to note that Albirex has been changing coach every other season.
You mean they can't make up their mind?
Yeah,
Work experience.
yeah, I'm not too sure what they're doing actually, but they have been changing coach every other season, and every season you see a different style that Albrechts have bring their team. The team is playing a different style every other season, and on top of that, they are changing the whole squad every season as well, retaining I think only around a couple of players, 6 or 7 players. So it's to me, we won't know how they'll play this season because nobody knows what kind of football they are capable of. They can be the league challengers once again, title challengers, or they could be just another mid-table team. Yeah, it's hard to say actually. Yeah.
Okay, I'll be watching out for Hazrin because he did a pretty decent job with Virtual. Nobody knew about his credentials, not extensively in the season, but then he has done a pretty good job, and I think it was just goal difference which separated the team of reaching top 4. So basically, would like to see whether there will be any continuity with him beyond this season, and whether he can succeed with basically virtually almost the same squad, and of course 2 new foreign signings.
Well, lads, I'm surprised you didn't bring this up. Clearly, the biggest shocker, yeah, Tampines, with their 6 international signings, might as well call themselves international after that, yeah? But seriously now, recruiting in, Rab, what's that all about? Failure at Young Lions, yeah?
We play you every week.
Huh? Yeah, exactly. And now that's a tough job at Tampines. That's a lot of pressure there.
It is.
So that, to me, is the biggest shocker in coaching signings right now.
Okay, so talking about Albirex, if you've been following the preseason, well, 6 wins out of 6 matches, 6 clean sheets. I mean, you can say that they've done a major overhaul, but whatever the new coach is doing, he's clearly doing it correctly. Okay, so next one, probably you're going to say Geylang. But who do you think would finish as the champions of the 2017 S.League?
Geylang International.
I think just to follow my friend have been saying, my heart is Geylang, but then okay, if you ask me for other suggestions, I would say Abrax team has just actually added more J2 and J3 players to the squad, which is more than the last season. So definitely their team will be stronger than last season. Definitely I would say Geylang will be up there.
As for me, I would say Albirex, maybe DPMM. Hougang will not be there. Yeah, that's what I feel.
Okay.
As much as I would like to say the Eagles will soar and reach the perch. Unfortunately, we are not there yet because the foreign teams are just too strong and too secured in terms of their playing style and what they bring to the season and to the S-League. So I would have to go between Albirex and Brunei DPMM. So any other local club which is going to challenge them, hopefully it's Geylang and not Tampines, definitely.
What is Tampines?
Yeah, I concur. Abrex on paper certainly do look favourite. Brunei, I think they're strong as well. But let's stick this now to Singaporean teams, yeah? I say, who's on the down? Tampines on the down. Who is on the up? Home United. So I think really, being Geylang fans here, that we will finish above Tampines and we'll be trying to beat
That's the way.
Home United
That's the way.
for that second or third spot. That's honestly the way I see it.
Okay, so moving on to the topic of the Golden Boot. As you know, the last 3 seasons, DPMM has been winning the Golden Boot, starting in 2014 with Rodrigo Tossi, and in 2015 and 16, Ramazzotti has been clean sweep. Do you think he will continue to win the Golden Boot this season, or do you think somebody else will win it?
Yeah, I think can't see anybody doing better than him at the moment. Yeah, but
He's on fire.
yeah, but Victor is unknown. I mean, he could be a surprise package. Yeah, so never know. But definitely, if you're talking about by history, definitely he will be there. Billy Mehmet will be there. So one of those Abrex players definitely will also be up there. So I think Victor definitely one of the players to look out for. Yeah.
For me, I quite agree with what Stanley has said earlier. Just that I would also think that Stipe plays. Yeah.
Love affair with it.
Maybe you might think that I'm a closet fan of Stipe, but I really think that because at the beginning of the season, I think Hougang for 10, 11 games or so, they actually Stipe is probably the only scorer because he has been scoring every other game for Hougang. So maybe with better players to support him at Home United, he might
quality over the team.
than Hougang last season. So maybe he might be there at the top of the Golden Boot chart.
I can't disagree too much because Ramazzotti would be my bet. That's provided Billy doesn't have his own designs on the Golden Boot because it depends on how they complement each other. But they would be a threat definitely because they are both finishers. So if DPMM can get these two going as a partnership, I think they have a very good chance of either one of them finishing as the top scorers.
No more Stipe.
No, I pass on that one. Pass.
Pass, okay, that's fine.
I know you want to stay Stipe.
No. You're key.
Okay, so we're gonna move on to this next segment that we call Part-Time Pundits. Basically, every week we invite fans to come and give their predictions on the round of matches that are going to be happening. So, incidentally, we are looking at the first round of matches, the opening round of matches for 2017 S-League. And coming up, we actually have the season opener, the Community Shield, where Albirex is going to be playing Tampines at the new National Stadium. And then on the following Monday, we have Home United against Young Lions and Hougang against Geylang, noisy derby. And on Tuesday, we have Balestier playing against Warriors. DPMM will be sitting out this week because of the odd number of teams. So, part-time pundits, maybe we can go match by match, and then you can tell me what's your prediction for the score.
Sure.
Very first match, Albirex against your bitter rivals, Tampines Rovers. You want to go first, Stanley?
I'll go first.
Okay.
I'll go first. For my prediction, I think I'll go for Albirex 2, Tampines 0. I think Tampines, the local players are strong, but then I think the foreign players are not as good as previous season. I think they signed a Japanese university student and some American player. which anyway I haven't heard of him before. But yeah, I think Tampines is definitely not as strong as the previous season. I think so. That's why this match, I think I will go for Albirex winning this game.
For me, I think Albrecht will probably crush Tampines. Would score around maybe 3 goals, and then in the dying minutes for Tampines to snatch a consolation. So, for me, final score Albrecht 3, Tampines 1.
I concur with Stanley. I would say it will be 2-0 in favor of Albirex. Can't see anything other than a Albirex win.
1-1.
1-1, okay. Well, talking about the Tampines players that they've been signing up, actually Rasprit is only registered for the AFC Cup. He's not even allowed to play in the S.League. And because his age is 23, he doesn't qualify for the Prime League foreign spot as well. Okay, so next moving on to Home United against Young Lions. And this is at Bishan. This is at Bishan. How do you think this will pan out?
No, it's too easy for this one, right? I think for this I'll go for Home United 4, Young Lions 0.
You're too kind.
For me, I think this is just the first game. So I think Home United might not be able to score as many as I think Stanley have said. So I'll go with Home United 2, Young Lions 0.
We have to check out the bets for any other score. I guess Home United looks good. I think to put at least 2 past the Young Lions at half time. So if they can get 2 or 3 goals in early, then this is going to be some thrashing for the Young Lions. So 5-0 in favor of Home United.
4-1 to Home United.
I should probably rephrase my question. How many will Stipe score? Instead of what's the final score? Okay.
That's only applicable to Adam.
Okay, moving on. And this has direct, you have much interest in this match because it's Hougang against Hougang against Geylang. What do you think the final score would be?
Still another easy prediction for us. I think no brainer. I think definitely Geylang win by 3 goals.
With neither side concentrating on defense, goals will flow. I'm going with 3-3.
Wow.
Fair enough.
You don't need to be accurate.
I'll be happy if we repeat last year's scoreline, where we nicked a 1-0 win.
Yeah. Last time we played them 4 times last season. I'm going to go with a safe Desmond 2-2.
Very conservative by James.
Okay, and the last match of match week 1 would be Balestier against Warriors, and this is happening at Toa Payoh. Your thoughts?
Okay, interesting game. I think this one would be 3-2 to Warriors. Yeah, I think Warriors will just win this game.
For me, I would say Warriors 3, Balestier 0. None of the Myanmar players is going to get on the score sheet.
I will sit on the fence for this. You'll probably say two goals for Balestier and 2 goals for the Warriors.
James gonna go for a draw.
Yeah, you're right.
Very safe.
Lacklustering 0-0.
Okay, so moving on from the league to the AFC Cup. This season we have Home United and we have Tampines Rovers. So as you know, right, Tampines is going to be playing against Hanoi FC, Felda United, and Ceres Negros from the Philippines. Interestingly enough, all these teams are from countries that are ranked higher than Singapore in the ASEAN region. And for Home United, they'll be going up against Yadanabon FC, and I have no idea how to pronounce this. Tan Quang Ninh, I think that's how you pronounce it. So anyway, for this this coming week, before the league season kicks off, we actually have AFC Cup matches coming up. Tampines is going up against Felda United. That's going to be played in Jalan Besar, Singapore. And for Home United, they'll be flying over to Mandalay in Myanmar to play against Yadanabon. Well, what do you think of their chances in the AFC Cup this year? Is it still going to be the same thing where we get kicked out early in the competition? Or do you think by bolstering their squad, we have a better chance of advancing in the AFC Cup this season?
I think Tampines, I think the foreigners are not up to even maybe AFC level. When you're in the AFC, I think you need very, very good foreigners to make an impact, to go far in AFC. So I think with Rovers signings, I don't think they can make an impact. As for home, I think they had only 3 teams in their group. So I think probably if you have a good home record, probably you can go through. But from my research with Yadanabon, they are a very, very good attacking side. So for me, Home United, I think they will just scrap through. Yeah.
For me, much like what Stanley has said, I think that Tampines Rovers would probably be eliminated in the group stage. Probably should look at not embarrassing themselves in the group stage, not with embarrassing defeats. As for Home United, I do think that they will make it through to the group stage, at least to reach the first round of the knockout stage. Not because they have Stipe, but yeah, they do have a
It's
solid
still a tough
squad.
group if you see. They have Myanmar and Vietnam, so actually it's still a tough group. But with 3 teams, probably, I think Home United still got some qualities in their team.
Yeah, I just think that maybe they're just gonna make it through.
Can't disagree more. Home United has a better chance. Tampines is going to find the going tough because they have more teams to deal with in the group, and the Felder game would be hyped up too much because it's against a Malaysian team. So I would think Home United will progress and Tampines will just miss out.
From last season, we actually had 9 teams.
Yep.
It's actually a very weird number, if you ask me, because every week you have 1 team sitting out. So looking at the league structure right now, based on recent reports, the 2016 NFL champions, NFL Division 1 champions, Eunos Crescent, have been knocking on FAS doors. They actually want to implement a promotion relegation system. They admitted they are not ready at the moment, but in the future they might be. And they actually appointed Wenger as their director of football, as you may have read. And Wenger has been in this circle for a very long time. He's been known to bring small unknown teams and make them into champions, or champions to be. So what do you think? Do you think a promotion relegation system in the S.League would work for us?
Okay, for my opinion, right now, definitely I think the NFL teams is not ready because the whole ecosystem is not ready. What Singapore has been going through in football, if you are a keen follower, I think the whole system is not in place. So if you ask me, probably in 5 years' time or a few years down the road, are they ready? Probably they will be ready. But we should gear up ourselves, our league, to the promotion and relegation system. But then definitely these clubs in NFL, they must be ready to step up to the S-League. So for now, definitely at clubs in NFL, they are not ready. But if we got the right people in place, got the right system in place, that's what we should be aiming for, because this will be only good for our local football.
For me, I think it's common knowledge that the difference between the S-League club standard and the NFL Division 1 standard, there's a huge gap. And as much as maybe 1 or 2 teams might be actually competitive against S-League clubs, most of the teams are actually not ready yet. So if you are saying right now, definitely not. But the system-wise, maybe we can adopt a similar structure to some of the European league systems, where they actually have B teams or reserve or youth teams in their leagues, or even in fact J-League teams. J-League is actually doing a similar structure with some of the under 23 teams in the J-League 3. So it's actually good for the progress of the young footballers. As we all know, most of them going through the national service, and after national service, they have issues and troubles looking for a club. I think a structure that can for them to have a proper transition development wise, maybe we can even add them into the second division. So maybe we can have a second division in S-League, maybe not linked with NFL.
We have serious problems because when you're talking about funding, 21 years of the league, and clubs are still looking for funding from the association. Something is very wrong, and there's no merchandising, proper merchandising. Ticket allocations are very blur, and there's no gate receipts, proper attendance being taken. So it's all speculation. So how can a league survive with 21 years, after 21 years, and it's still very speculatory in the sense that you do not know when the funds are going to come in, who the clubs are going to sign, and the fixtures are going to be released. What the month of the season is going to commence? Yeah, that's ridiculous. And they're 1 year contracts exactly,
The
and
11-month contracts.
a club which offers 2 years contract can't sign any more local players because it's overrun its budget. So these are things which need to be ironed out. Even if we want to talk about NFL clubs, if there's current existing S-League clubs, now let's not forget about teams like Tanjong Pahar, Gombak United, Woodlands, Wellington, Sembawang Rangers in the past, Jurong FC. So many local clubs have all fallen by the wayside. Geylang is lucky in that sense that somewhat we are keeping afloat. But you look at the structure as presented earlier, 9 clubs and 1 club sitting out all the time. What's the point of relegation and promotion concept? Because as what Stanley pointed out, 5 years could be the best bet for such a club to come up. I mean, it could be even 10 years. And it could be 42 years later, we're still talking about the same aspects and same problems because the association and the administration is not changing. It's not going to change. It's going to be the same. So things at the top has to change. People need to take football seriously, and as a valued sport in Singapore, it needs to go down to grassroots level, and it needs to have a viable career path for sporting personnel in Singapore, for us to talk about the league being able to sustain or going forward as a valuable career or a viable career for any aspiring footballers. So as long as that's not being ironed out and that's not being addressed, we can be sitting here and talking about it and the problems will never go away.
Well, this is going to be quite outside the box, gentlemen. We're talking about profit margins, profit. Football is all about passion, yeah? Take away the Premiership. I'm English, from England. All the clubs outside the Premiership essentially lose money. This isn't a new thing. I think the best time to implement it would have been at the beginning of 2016, when Lions 12 dissolved. You had all those players, and you mentioned it, 9 teams 2017, 9 teams 2016. We had an influx of players in 2016.
So guys, off the air, we were talking about marquee players, and we were also talking about Jermaine Pennant, the effect that he had on the league last season. What do you think about having top quality players here? What can we do to attract them, and what kind of impact they will have on the league in overall?
Regarding marquee players, right? It is true that to a certain extent, big name signings will bring in the fans. In the short term, EPL followers, Liverpool fans would be like, oh, Jermaine Pennant is here. I want to go to the stadium to watch him. But quality-wise, let's be honest. He's not as good as he used to be. This is what we call the has-beens. Do you want a marquee player like Jermaine Pennant who can't perform to what he was at a higher level, or would you want to bring in someone like, for example, Balestia's ex-player Goran Lubozevic or something? He was at the top of his game, and Balestia finished the season as a Singapore Cup winners that year, thanks to his contributions. That is what we call the real marquee signing. Perhaps we need more quality players, a better product in S-League as a whole. When Jermaine Pennant left, are these Tampines supporters saying? I don't think they have any supporters left over when he left. So yeah, that's what I think.
Yes, regarding last season's only one marquee signing, Jermaine Pennant, he seemed to underperform, would you say, throughout the season. But I think for some S-League fans, the most important thing is that his wife did perform. And that can bring attendance levels up.
Yeah, I think the marquee signing most as in what really means for marquee signing is really like foreign players who are really one notch above our foreign players. I mean local players. So if you have like players with like Mark Hartman coming in, like Monzerf in the past, or a lot quality good players who can really light up our league. That's more important than really one. But at the end of the day, is the quality of our foreign players are not used to be as good as in the past. Even as '96 when we first start, there's a lot of good players that creates the excitement for fans to pay a ticket, the $5 to just come in and watch. Even now it's the same price for $5. You wouldn't want to pay to come to the S.League Stadium, and it's the only thing in Singapore that's not going along with the inflation rate, So why are we still not going in when something is as that this price has been stagnant for so long? Why are we still not paying this $5 to come for the game? It could be costing $15 to come to an S-League game, So at the end of the day, our quality has not been going up with the ticket pricing. So that's why we are stagnating along with our foreign players. Yeah.
The part that they failed miserably in is marketing.
Only one?
One of the failures will be
One of
marketing.
the
Okay,
failures, yeah, that's
I mean, giving you guys some examples. Okay, the S-League cheerleaders, did that help the league?
No.
Having Lim Chin walk down Orchard Road in body paint, I think it scared more people away than attracted people to the league. So I want to get your opinions as fans. What do you think would help to market or make the league appeal better to the Singaporeans in general?
First thing, you need to have a good product, then people will come. There's no point you go naked in Orchard Road, no one will give a damn, because it is just, I think to me, body paint in Orchard Road is making fun of themselves. At the end of the day, most important is what you have. If you don't have a good product to sell, basically you can't market the product. So first, make yourself good, and then marketing will comes naturally. These things will come naturally.
To me, for marketing wise, it's quite simple. Do any one of us actually know when a football match is going to happen? Where do we look for the information? Online or something? But is S-League are they doing enough to actually let people know about when the fixtures, when the season is starting, when are they having their matches? I don't think so. I mean, at least 10 years ago or so, they actually have big billboards in front of all the stadiums showing when are the next matches, the fixtures, the dates and stuff. We don't have that anymore.
Bringing S-League babes, cheerleaders, painting yourself silly. Well, it might stroke a few lines in the papers, but apart from that, there's no sustenance. Okay, let's not forget about the free food items. Of course, food is a big thing in Singapore, but can only get you so far.
Some very interesting points. I'd like to just reflect on Adam's point. I think that's a very significant point there indeed. So, I mean, we've all seen it last year in the MRT, those who use it, like myself. Yeah, you see the past fixture last week or the week before. Wow, the amazing S-League. How about the next fixture? How about the up-and-coming fixture? There is not enough done in marketing regarding that, publicising the next fixtures. They are slow. They need to get it out there more. Use MediaCorp. And regarding MediaCorp, why are they just playing on Fridays? How about a Saturday game, or use the Octo or the other thing, the other channel?
In every game, we have the man in the middle who makes some silly decision or changes the whole complexity of the game. I would like to hear your opinions. What do you think of the refereeing standard in Singapore? Has it become better or has it dropped? Your thoughts?
Right. For the refereeing standards, it's actually as bad as FAS management. Right. Okay. That's.
Hashtag burn.
I mean, as fans, we give a lot of stick to the referee, and you can see that the referee giving the team back the revenge. Bad decisions after given the stakes. Even when we don't give them the stake, the decision out there is still very very bad. I mean, I don't know where have all the good referees in the past gone to. And right now I've seen many referees that they're not very consistent with the decision making, and sometimes I feel that the decision no the referee is actually the star of the game, with the constant blowing the whistle. I mean, it became that they are that they are the star of the game. The people focus is on the referee rather than the players itself. So I think the refereeing department, I think, or even FAS need to take a look. Why is there such a drop in standard in the refereeing? And even I read in many other medias that even in clubs from China, when a Singapore ref is officiating an ACL game, they would say, are they qualified enough, to even officiate at this level? So, I don't know. I think a lot of the referees in Singapore, I think, as even FAS, the refereeing department, I think they need to really see what is a problem, what they gone wrong. For us, we don't know what went wrong. It's just that the quality wise, I think from a referee that officiate World Cups, and now I don't think even they can even officiate a Suzuki Cup, So that's how the drop in the quality of the refereeing right now.
Before I start on what I have to say, I think everyone would have heard of this. Referee Kayu. I mean, it originated back in very, very long ago, very many years ago. We always had the referee Kayu, Malaysian Cup, right? Yeah. So back then, a lot of things were at stake. As loyal supporters, loyal fans, you would always think that when you lose, the referee have something to do with it. Bad decisions, it causes the game, and so on and so forth. But as we progress, like what Stanley have said, our refereeing standard actually improved, and we had referees officiating at a higher standard. And now, I guess we just had a decline again. The standards have been poor recently. I'm not a technical person, so I'm in no right to go and comment what has happened. Technically, why are they so bad? But let's face it, they are bad. So I don't think any one of them actually deserve to be refereeing at a higher standard than our local standard.
Hey guys, can you all don't be so hard on the referees? They are mirroring the S.League standards, okay? They have stagnated, okay? Throw the S.League referees on a primary school game, okay? On a weekday afternoon, they make the same kind of mistakes that they are making at the S.League level, okay? There's no difference, okay? I've seen at grassroots level refereeing, okay? And the S.League level refereeing is also equally ridiculous. So they are being consistent. So let's give them the credit. Yeah, okay. So I don't see the need for the referees to improve themselves because the S.League has stagnated. So they're just mirroring the standards of the S.League. So thumbs up to them.
Anyways, how many official referees do we have in the S League? Was it like 9, 11? 9? What's the number?
I don't know.
We always see the same few.
We see the same few. We do. We remember the same few. But I have to say, I feel differently. I feel like it's not that bad. Not that bad. Yeah. There's. I'm not going to refer or name. There's 2 or 3 where if they're running the line on our side, I'm like, oh no. Or, if they're in the middle of the field, I'm like, oh, days, this is not going to go nicely to us. But in general, they do pick up a lot of the stuff. I mean, in my opinion, the way I'll give them a bit of praise, I know this might be set up to be negative on them. I mean, let's be honest, a lot of the officials get those decisions right. I'm quite surprised. So I'm going to just pass it on that. Oh, you're coming back on that. Boo, Adam.
Oh no. I would like to add on to what this topic is about. I think we have all heard of news where we actually had referees being late for Prime League games. There are instances of games that are supposed to be held on the weekends, but the football pitch isn't booked, and I wonder why. I think this is also an important issue that they need to fix before we talk about marketing and all simple stuff. We have an S-League fixtures that is not unconfirmed. We all are just waiting week by week, and yeah, like what we have talked about earlier, we don't even know when are the games until the week itself, and then the association is not doing enough to let the public know about it. So yeah.
In 2016, went to Brunei with several supporters to represent, and I mean, we were worried. I think in 2015, the Brunei game got moved. So if people did book that trip,
The flight.
they would have been out of luck.
That would be a big screw up. Yeah. That would have been.
I just add on to the referee. The thing is that whenever there's a referee having a bad game, there's no people who there's no department in FAS that assess the what they did wrong, and even they had made mistakes in a game or bad calls or whatever continuously for a few games. There's no plans to suspend them for a period of time. If you see in EPL or something.
You sure?
Yeah, there isn't any, they are not suspended, or they could be their performance could be reviewed. But then the thing is that even maybe internally by FAS, but the thing is, even after being reviewed, they're still constantly being used by FAS, for the subsequent S-League matches. So what I'm saying is that there are good referees out there. I would say Abdul Malik, Malik, that one of them he's a good referee. But the thing is that there are several of them who is not up to par, but then they're still constantly being officiating games, and what I'm saying is that FAS could have done something, or even the refereeing department could have said, you have not been, up to the standard. You should maybe sit out for 2 games, or maybe officiate NFL games till you're good enough, and then you come back to the S-League. So that's what my point of view is.
Stanley, I repeat myself, they're mirroring the standards of the S-League. There's no promotion, there's no relegation. Same goes for the ref, period.
Yeah, but on a serious note, we hope you are listening, FAS. Okay, so we're moving on to the last segment of today's program. So we're going into this thing that we're going to be asking every fan club or supporters club that comes on the program. 5 questions.
Yes.
5 questions related to the team that you support.
One each right.
It's up to you. You can send your champion forward and let him answer all the questions, or you can just pass it around. And at the end of the season, let's see who's the supporters club that has the most correct. There's going to be a league table. Something like that.
There's
Alright, something like that. Yeah, something like that. Just to spice things up. So do you guys want to answer this?
Google first, right? Google.
Okay. So I'm going to ask the question, and whoever wants to answer, right, just come forward.
Okay.
Immediately, I'll tell you if it's correct or wrong. Okay. So
I hold the paperwork, yeah.
Google.
I hope we need top 4.
For the record, phones are on the table.
yeah, phones are on the table. All right. I can see it's all going to be fair and clean. Okay. So first question is a blast from the past. Name 2 of the 4 foreign players that played for Geylang in the inaugural S-League season in 1996.
4.
2 out of 4. If you want to name all 4, then you'll be really good.
Muhammad Kakpo and Hamid Reza S.League.
Fantastic.
1 out of 5.
1 out of 5.
You're
Yeah.
not going to be relegated.
You want to try the other two as well?
give us
You want
other
to try?
questions. Give us other questions.
You want to try the other two?
Anyway.
Do they get harder? Easier?
I think they're more or less the same.
Okay.
S.League is one of them, the Iranian players. The other two, you want to try?
Guys, we got 4 more questions to go, don't worry.
Okay, anyway, I'll just share the answers with you, okay? Chris Riley, remember him? Chris Riley? And also Zlatko Vidan, who played like even before the S-League. Yeah, during the...
S-League days, before the S-League days.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, next. I think this is easy. How many S-League titles have Geylang won since 1996?
2 stars
Two.
on our badge.
Okay,
2
very good.
stars on our badge.
So 2 out of
Too easy, man.
2 easy.
2 out of 5.
Okay,
Mike, hey, let's not get complacent.
okay, question number 3. What was the period that Alexander Duric played for the Eagles? Which year to which year? It was continuous. He didn't join any team in between.
2001, go for Shankar. 2001.
Shankar says 2001, Adam says 2004. So your final answer is?
2 seasons.
I'm quite sure he's in 2004.
Let's say 2002 to 2004.
Your final answer?
Confidently to the mic.
I will go with 2000 because he won the title in 2001.
So
Yeah.
2001 to 2003.
Yes.
2001 to 2003?
Yes.
Final answer?
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll let Shankar answer this.
3 seasons.
3 seasons.
Yes.
2001 to 2004 is the correct answer. Good. 3 out of 3. Good. Okay.
3 out of 5.
He played for Geylang between 2001 to 2004. He made 126 appearances. He scored 97 goals for Geylang. After which he joined Warriors Scum.
Then he joined Rovers.
Then he joined Rovers. Again, Rovers Scum. Okay. Question 4. Should be very easy for you. Who did Eagles custodian Shazwan Buhari play for before joining Geylang? Easy, right?
Anyone?
No, it's easy. It's really easy.
Sasson, okay. Before
Before Geylang.
Geylang.
Who did he play for?
Lions 12.
Wait.
Young Lions.
Hey, Garang.
Oh, Young Lions.
Was it Young Lions or was it Lions?
Wait.
Young Lions.
Young Lions. Okay.
Young Lions?
Not Lions Club.
Okay, this made headlines all over Singapore, all over the world actually.
All over the world. Geylang, all over the world.
Against
International.
which team did Fabian Kwok score that incredible volley?
Jurong West.
Yeah. Okay, so we have 5 out of 5. Well done. Okay, so that's all the time we have for this podcast. Thank you very much, guys, for sharing your opinions.
Thank you.
It has been really fun today. Was it?
Yeah.